All right, guys, we are live. How's everybody doing tonight? Good to see everybody. See if we can get a few guys on here. All right. Seems like we got about 4. Good to see everybody tonight. If you're here, say hey. Let me know you're here. Let me know if you can hear me all right. I'm still trying to get this YouTube live stream working really good. I got the Facebook live thing pretty well dialed down. I'm trying to get it out on the YouTube as well. So if you can hear me, just let me know. If you can, drop me a line below and let me know you're here. All right, good to see everybody. Anybody go fishing today? I didn't get a chance to today. I may try to get a chance this week if I can. Try to get a few people from Facebook to jump on here as well. But it's good to see everybody tonight. I'm still, like I said, I'm still trying to get the hang of the live streaming on the YouTube. The Facebook live stream works really good. It's pretty easy to do that, but I don't know if I was just doing something weird the other night or what. But let's see here. Fishing buddy texted me there. Went up to Upper Bear and slammed them today. That's good. That's really good. That rain was a little dreary out today. Are you talking about Bear Creek in Pickwick, or is that a different lake you're talking about there, Justin? See if I can. Cameras on. Talking about BCDA Lake. Okay, not familiar with that lake. We've got a Bear Creek here on Pickwick, and I know there's a lot of Bear Creeks across the country, but I didn't get a chance to go. I've not heard any fish reports today. I've not really been on Facebook or too many other places to check out any fish reports. I myself didn't get to go today or this weekend. I was going to try to maybe go sometime this week, and it may not get to go till next weekend. I'm not real sure yet, but if I do, I do, and I'll be happy when I do get to go back fishing again. Seems like if I miss a week, I start feeling bad. So hopefully I can get out there pretty soon. Let's see here. Farmall Fanatic. Hello, Farmall Fanatic. Hey, Farmall, I just watched your video on the YouTube that you just put out about your paycheck from YouTube. That was a pretty entertaining video. I enjoyed that, Farmall. Good to see everybody in the community. I posted the other night that I just hit 1,000 subscribers, and I couldn't have done that without help from people like Farmall, and I've been jumping on a lot of live streams lately, just people just connecting and talking with each other and supporting one another, and I've really enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed meeting all the people, and I've enjoyed my getting involved with the YouTube live stream community. It's I've really enjoyed it a lot. Seems like everybody's there to help each other, and that's what I'm all about. It's just helping somebody, whether it be fishing wise or YouTube wise or whatever. But yeah, I was actually my channel was monetized. Uh, a couple of years ago when YouTube let just about anybody monetize, and it took me a long time to get that first threshold to get a paycheck from them, and I was, my channel was steady growing, but then they changed the rules. I think I was at like 500 and something subscribers. Um, Still making a few bucks every month, enjoying it, kind of seeing that what I was doing was actually paying off. And then they changed the rules, and it really upset me for a while, but I got over that. I just, it's just one of those things, it's kind of, they own it. If they want to change the rules, they can. It's their platform. I really don't have a whole lot to complain about. Uh, if I wanted to go somewhere else, I could, but I chose to be on YouTube, and you got to go by the rules. And if they change them every now and then they just change them. So you just got to roll with it. Luckily, this is not my primary job, so I don't have to worry about that. But I knew that a lot of people were upset about it. But that's just one of those things. Didn't know there were many outdoor channels. Yeah, there are a lot of outdoor channels on YouTube. Most guys that I have met on the outdoor channel on YouTube, they most of them are not really like tournament guys or professionals. They're just guys that like to get out in the outdoors and enjoy what they do and like to share it with everybody. I should monetize real soon. Yeah, I'm almost at that. I think I've got 3,600 and something watch hours on on YouTube. I've got the 1,000 subscribers. I'm actually up to about 1,013 now. Um, and hopefully, before long, I'll get back on that monetization. Wasn't my primarily focus when I started doing YouTube. I just enjoyed doing it after watching a few guys, and I thought, well, I can do that too. And I really enjoyed it. I actually really, really enjoy making videos. Whether I make any more money or not, I just enjoy making them. Let me check out my chat here. Me and Alabassan TV from YouTube are talking about going this coming Sunday to catch some smallmouth. Either going to Wilson and fishing the dam or the horseshoe at Pickwick. Well, good luck to you guys. I fished below Wilson Dam not too long ago, a couple of months ago, and I got me some big 4-inch shiners there at Perkins Outdoors right before you go into McFarland Park. And I think I caught one smallmouth all day long and a ton of drum that day. But it was probably one of the funnest fishing trips that I've had in a long time. The smallmouth that I did catch, it was a good 3.5, 4 pounder. Um, but I was proud of that one. But I enjoyed that. If you stop by Perkins, and if the water's not too muddy, get you some of those big shiners. Uh, that Murder Incorporated, good to see you. It's like got a few people stopping in and watching us. You guys that have popped in, if I don't see you, if I don't see you, just say hey. If I don't see your name pop up, Shane Matheny, first time catching live. Hey Shane, how you doing? Good to see you, buddy. Digital record of your activities. Wish I could go back on hunting and fishing. Yeah, I wish I had YouTube and all these stuff that we have the easy to record when I was a kid. Right now, if I could go back to being a teenager, uh, it'd be really nice to film all fishing and all the fishing and hunting adventures I had as a kid. I had a really good time. I wish I could remember that well now. Excuse me there, guys. I got and hung my throat. Did anybody get out and fish this weekend? I know it's been kind of dreary and rainy and cold and just not very fun this weekend. But if anybody caught something, let me know what you caught. I've seen very little reports this weekend. I know the Pickwick Winter Bass Trail had a tournament. I've seen a couple of posts, not very much, but the ones I did see, those guys are great up there, and there's some really, really good fishermen that fish at Pickwick Winter Trail. The ones I did see, I think, was from guy that owns Hammer Rods. He caught a big sack, and I think he placed fourth. I'm not real sure what it was, but they had a good time up there. Looked like it was. Do I like the Dukes of Hazzard? Of course I like the Dukes of Hazzard. Man, I grew up on the Dukes of Hazzard. I love them guys. Actually, my cat's named Bo and Daisy. Love Dukes of Hazzard. Why do you ask, White Elephant? James Seagraves, good to see. I'm trying to see who all's in the room. Realistic Fishing, good to see you, Realistic. I enjoy watching Realistic Fishing. If you guys hadn't ever checked him out, check out Realistic Fishing. Fish was poor this week for me. Couldn't get a bite in Middle Tennessee. It was, if the weather is anything like it was here, I'm located in the eastern part of, I'm below eastern Tennessee. Realistic. And if that weather come up that way, it was nasty here and just dreary. I had to log in as James tonight. Tim, hey Tim Seagraves, how you doing? I want to copy my own General Lee someday. Boy, I would too. Not James now. Guys, is there going to be an S&H Out Club Bass Club this year? I don't know if there's going to be that one or not. Maybe, I don't know. You have to ask Shannon. I don't know if he's going to have the tournament trail this year or not. McClure Lake, California, 60 feet on jigs. Lots of nice largemouth. All right. I wish I was out in California fishing right now. It'd be a lot warmer. I think it's Rainy McGee. You ever fish Clear Lake or those real famous lakes out there in California? I hear they're really good. I watch Tactical Bassing a lot, and I think those guys are out in California. Ever gone fishing in Alaska? No, but I would love to go fishing in Alaska. Heading look, smallmouth fishing with 4 to 6 swim baits. Yes, I have. This time of year, you know, in the really cold water, swim bait really fish really slow, or even a white grub, if the water clarity's right. This time of year in the cold water, white grub's underrated, I think. I tried it last time I was out, got a couple of bites, and I did run into a guy that was fishing a white grub, and he had caught several that day. Personal best is 15.6. Wow, that is a giant largemouth. Congrats, Randy. Is that out there in California? I'm assuming that's where you're fishing at. I want to get out there one day and fish those California Delta would be a nice place to fish. Follow a guy who fishes out of a kayak, and he fishes out on the California Delta a lot. And I follow Tactical Bass and those guys. I think they fish a lot in Northern California. And who's that pro? He caught the world record spotted bass. Um, I think he caught it out in, I forgot the name of that real small, obscure lake that I think they try to keep it under wraps. But I did see last year, I think it was last year, that world record or close to world record spotted bass that he caught, I think, in, gosh, 20 or 40 feet deep on a Cinco. I don't remember the exacts of it, but that was just crazy. Mr. Seagraves got a message from Steve Cheesewright. He said, not this time. He's working on it. SNH Club. Okay. I wasn't sure if they was going to do the club this year. Tim, I know they went through some changes here recently. But maybe they'll get that club going. I really enjoyed fishing that club. I really did. Met a lot of great guys fishing it, including the Seagraves. I enjoyed meeting you guys and fishing with you guys in that club. And, maybe if they have it next year or so, who knows? Really not fishing too many tournaments anymore myself. I'm focusing on the just my YouTube stuff and talking with people, stuff like that. And so, Yankee Crank, good to see you. How come YouTube hasn't monetized me? I'm almost at the threshold of their requirements. Um, have you seen Mr. Beast? I have seen Mr. Beast. I don't know where he gets that money at, but he got some crazy videos. I watched a couple of him. I mean, he's very entertaining. I mean, he found a way to capitalize on doing some crazy stuff. That's a lot of people on YouTube do some crazy stuff just for views and money. But hey, they found a niche that people will watch. So I mean, more power to him, Mr. Beast, and some of those other guys. Some people don't like PewDiePie, but he took advantage of the situation. That's kind of like people get down on the Guggen squad. Those guys that most serious bass guys don't like the Guggen squad, but I'm gonna tell you, those guys come along at the right place at the right time, and they made the most of it. And I like watching most of them. If you see Mr. Beast, tell him tell him to give me $1,000. I'd appreciate it. Have a great week. You catch fish, catch big ones. If not, catch your dinks. All right, Mr. Tim. I will catch as many as I can if I get to go. Delta's being sprayed to kill the grass. Oh no, I think they're doing the same thing. I've seen some stuff down in Okeechobee where they're spraying the grass, and it's really not doing too good down there. My aunt is SJW. How do I roast her back? I'm not real sure who SJW is. I am subscribed to PewDiePie. PewDiePie is kind of PewDiePie is me when I was a teenager. So he's kind of just stuck in being a 14-year-old kid that never grew up, which is uh, he he knows what he's doing. I mean, he may seem like he's not, but I guarantee you, he's a grown man. He knows how popular he is. He knows what he's doing. Uh, I don't know what T Series is. I've seen the PewDiePie versus T Series thing. I've got on T Series channel. I don't get it, but I don't watch PewDiePie very much myself either. They done it here and killed a couple of our lakes spraying like that. I've heard that when they start spraying that grass, it's very detrimental as far as fishing goes. They've killed a couple of lakes. I don't know. I get the principle behind spraying lakes. I just don't know that that's the right way to control the grass. So I don't know a correct way to handle the grass in lakes. I mean, you put a lot of grass carp in there would, I guess, help it out a little bit, but I don't really know if that's the correct answer as well. We're starting to get some Asian carp here on Pickwick, and it's done a number on Kentucky Lake. Kentucky Lake has got a lot of Asian carp, and I think it's starting to get here in Pickwick. I've seen some. I've been at Pickwick Dam on the lower end where it's spilling out, and I've seen Asian carp jumping there. So I know if they're below Pickwick Dam, they're in there. And I've got some friends, and a lot of them have seen the Asian carp, how they have been invading Pickwick and some other areas pretty badly. I've tried to ledge fish this past summer and run across a lot of fish on my graph who, I would think maybe they're bass, but I can't tell for sure unless you catch one. So I think, and that was close to the dam when I was doing that. I don't know as far as on the other end of Pickwick, as far as Wilson Dam goes. I don't know if Asian carp has got up that far or past that. I've heard scattered reports of it, but that Asian carp is something else. Fishing with Christina. What's up, Fishing with Christina? Good to have you on tonight. Yeah, I think they could cultivating it or something. Yeah, I'm not sure what the correct problem is to dealing with all that vegetation, other than put you on an ounce and a half weight and punch it and catch you some fish. But to me, if you got that much grass, it's kind of hard to fish because there's just so many places for the fish to go. How do you narrow down an area? Yeah. I shared this on the my Facebook page. I didn't know if I could get anybody to jump on from Facebook or not. I had a bunch of people when I was on my Facebook page the other night, and I may jump on that here in a minute once I get off here and just kind of talk to folks as well. I enjoy getting on here at night and just talking fishing. But hopefully I'll get to go sometime this week. I'm not sure if I will or not, but I didn't get to go this weekend. Kind of bummed me out, but it's been raining and cold here. That's just plain water. Yes, it's good. All right, who's White Elephant? We're going to have to check this guy out. Okay. Anybody got any fishing related questions? Just punch them below and we'll try to get to them. Always want to fish Kentucky and Pickwick. Yeah, I love Pickwick. I'm about 25 minutes from the house, so I fish at Pickwick a lot. Mainly around the tri-state area, where Tennessee and Pickwick and Alabama, Tennessee, Mississippi, and Alabama all converge. I fish around that area a lot. It's pretty close to my house. Kentucky Lake is one that I do want to go to myself, just for those ledge fishing opportunities. But I don't ledge fish a lot just because you need kind of a specialized. You got to have those big graphs and nice trolling motors to keep you on those spots, and I just don't have those on my boat. So I'm primarily a shallow water guy when I do get out there and fish. So we're going fishing in Lake Powell. No, I've never fished Lake Powell. I hear it's pretty good though. How long have I been on here tonight? How long have I been on here? Awesome though that you are able to fish. Yeah, Kentucky Lake is a couple hours away. Wouldn't take me long to get up there. Just never have been up there. I've got a lot of friends who go up there on occasion. They really like it. I'm going to try myself to get to Guntersville this week or this year. Guntersville is kind of on my bucket list for this year, and hopefully I will get to go down there. Maybe. Blake Jeffers. Hey, Blake. Hey, good. Blake's a good fishing buddy of mine. Last time me and him was fishing, we caught some nice fish on that Alabama rig. Speaking of Guntersville, I think that in the spring I'm going to try to go to Guntersville. I'm going to try. That's maybe a stretch with my schedule this year as far as work goes, but I'm going to try to go to Guntersville in the spring because I hear that's that's when it's really on fire and you can really catch a giant. Especially throwing a red rattle trap, which I love to do in the spring on any lake. Top pre-spawn bait. That would probably be a rattle trap. Would be right there at the top. Rattle trap, small swim bait, Ned rig for sure. And probably an Alabama rig is a few baits that I'm probably going to have tied on in the spring and pre-spawn. Fishing in Indian, no. Normally fish the upper end of Pickwick. Watch some pointers down river on Pickwick. Are you calling the upper end around McFarland, or are you calling that around Counts and Pickwick? They're just if you're talking about down Pickwick, which is where I primarily fish, I'm usually fishing from Bear Creek to the dam, somewhere in there. This time of year, the way the water's been up and down, they have been pretty shallow as far as feeding up, and the Alabama rig has been pretty good. But the lower end where I've been at, with the water up and down, it's mostly been about finding bait fish. If you can find them, you're generally around them. Marinas, to me, is always going to hold fish, no matter what time of year. But if you're down there, I've not fished the main river very much this fall or winter. It's mostly been Yellow Creek area is where I've been catching some on some points. Not really bluff walls so much, which is usually a go-to for me. But I hadn't caught much myself. Now some guys have. I may have been there just at the wrong time. Red crankbait and jig are on fire for smallmouth. Yep, I agree with Blake on that. Red crankbait, gravel bars, good. Yep. Me and Blake fish about the same, so I probably can tell you where he's fishing at. But need to get better rattle trap. Yeah, rattle trap is good from now until anytime really. But now I'd say probably from February on, I would probably keep a red rattle trap in my hand most of the time, especially in that pre-spawn period. On New Dawn color, okay. I think that's a kind of a purpley color. I'm not much of a jig fisherman. I fished a lot more on the trailers that I use on a jig than I do with the jig. Just my personal style of fishing. I know I have caught a lot of fish on a jig, and they're generally a better quality. But I want to go fishing in Denmark, okay? I want to go fishing in Wyoming and Alaska. That would be nice. Small fish. Lost smallmouth on a New Dawn color. Is that New Dawn color? Is anything like a Morning Dawn, kind of a purplish? I'm not familiar with the New Dawn. I am familiar with Morning Dawn though. Like the same. Kind of like a tequila sunrise. Yeah. Oh, that's an old Zoom color, that tequila sunrise. That's a pretty good color, too. Blake, did you get to go to Pickwick this weekend? If so, how is the water clarity up there? I know I've looked on the TVA app, and it's the lake level's kind of stabilized, but um, I know they're pulling a lot of current to uh, try to keep it from jumping up. Pink and purple. PBJ works really well here. PBJ, yep. That's a good color as well. Good color for a Ned rig this time of year. You know, Ned rigging this year, I've really not put it down this year. I've had it rigged up on a rod all year long. And that Ned rig, I've caught fish from, the dead of winter, pre-spawn, till all through summer and into the fall with it. Really, they're back down in the winter pool. All right, I was thinking that I looked on the app and it was down. I didn't. I was hoping it wasn't going to be too dirty. Like I said, I'm going to try to get out there this week. I don't know that I will or not. We usually throw Ned and tubes right now. All righty. You know, a tube bait's one that I don't hear a lot of people fish anymore. Used to be a hot thing down here for smallmouth on Pickwick. You know, years ago, this was considered the top smallmouth lake in the country, and it just kind of died down for whatever reason. And I think it's starting to come back up. I've seen a lot of nice smallmouth caught. A lot of nice smallmouth caught this year, and I've caught some nice ones this year. Little color, not as bad as it was. That's good to hear, Blake. It's getting about time for a shad kill. I know that if the weather starts cooling off, like it did last year. I think about this time of year, the weather is fixing to get a little bit nasty, and it's going to get cold, and that shad kill is going to really be a factor when you go up to Pickwick or any lake that's got a shad kill. That small jig skirt to those Ned rigs has worked well for me for the spots on a bag. That's a good idea, Brandon. I actually, um, I actually almost bought me a few of those little Ned rig with the micro jigs. I think like 6 ounce. Almost bought me a load of those the other day from Tackle Warehouse. But that's a good idea on those small skirts. It'll be 21 degrees next week. I'm dreading that. I do not like cold weather at all. I love fishing this time of year because you just don't have a lot of people out on the lake, uh, and you can kind of find a spot and really fish it. But that cold weather, I just don't like. Look at the smallies. PB is 4 pounds, and they fight like crazy. Yes, I love smallmouth fishing. You Carolina rig, Carolina, we Carolina tubes too. Okay, Carolina rigging a tube. I haven't thought about that. I'm sure a lot of people has other than me. But that's a good idea. That's not a bad idea this time of year up on Pickwick when you do have a shad kill to try that Carolina rig tube. I think I may try that. Appreciate that there, Yankee Crank. Battle Baits has some good ones. I'll have to look up Battle Baits. I've not heard of those. Oh, Picasso, Rhino, Ned Higgs, and a ribbon worm. Robin worm. Ned worms are awesome. Picasso has some great stuff. As far as Ned rigs, I personally will use I'll use the Z-Man, the weedless version of their Ned head, which has got the 2 wires. And if I'm looking for, super weedless, I'll use the weedless heads from Flatlands Custom Tackle. Those are completely weedless. You rig those Texas style, and you guys check out Flatlands. They're got some good stuff. Battle baits. Let me look that up on my iPad here. And some Picasso. I like some of Picasso's. Got some really good stuff. Usually triggers a bigger bite. I can imagine that would. Okay, white elephant. Thinking he may be a spammer. Battle baits. Trying to look at. Look up some battle baits here on the Facebook. How many of you guys regularly Carolina rig this time of year? I think that they caught. I think there was that Pro Tour. I forget it was Bassmaster FLW. I think it was FLW out on out in Texas somewhere. I think they were Carolina rigging. I'm looking up battle baits here on Facebook on my iPad here, and they look like they've got some pretty good stuff. I'll have to remember and go back and check those guys out. Got a drop dead Ned Higg. That looks pretty good. They look like they've got some really nice baits. You guys check out battle baits. I didn't find them on Internet Explorer, but I did see them on Facebook. Looks like they've got some really good stuff. Z-Man sells the skirts. You can just add them to your weedless Ned rigs. That's a good idea. I've got some skirts out in the shop. I used to make a few baits. Used to catch a few baits, make a few baits, jigs myself. I've still got some skirts out there. I may try that. Thrift was catching big ones on Carolina rig all day. I seen that. I think they canceled the. I think I saw where they had canceled today's final day on the FLW tour. I think because of weather. So I think they're going to finish that up tomorrow. It'd be interesting to see. It'd be interesting to see how that plays out with them having a day off and that weather kind of throwing a kink in everything. Through one today and had some luck, but I'm just getting into the sea rig in the winter. Yeah, the Carolina rig is a rig that I used to throw and didn't for years, and then last year during the pre-spawn and the spawn, I threw a Carolina rig lizard up there and done it really well. So that's a rig that I need to get back into. There's a lot of rigs that we tend to forget about that we used to catch a lot off, and just kind of like a tube. I used to throw it a lot, and or in a Carolina rig, but you just kind of get out of the habit, and other things come along and new techniques. But it's always good to kind of look back and see those old forgotten rigs that you used to use, and they still work. Nothing's changed. Just we as anglers, we change a lot. I am going to tie one on the next time I go and drag it around. Randy T, MLF has gotten off to a slow start. It was today. I watched the MLF this weekend. There's a nice fish that Randy Howe caught right off the bat. I think it was a 6-pounder, but the rest of that show was kind of a real slow. But it'd be nice to catch a 6-pounder right off the bat like he did. But I love MLF and Major League Fishing, and I'm looking forward to the new bass tour that they've got starting in a couple of weeks. It'll be interesting to see the unedited version of what goes on instead of just one that's made strictly for TV. I know that one is, and you get a lot of, I think they do play up a little bit to the camera, but it'll be nice to see when those guys get out there on a full day If I get a chance to catch those live streams, I will, and see how they act during the course of a day. I want to see one of them say, "That's a fish landing violation." I just want to turn. I just want to see one turn around and tell them to shut up. Really, what I want to see. What's my go-to Carolina rig bait? Most of the time, it is a lizard. Like I said, the last time that I threw a Carolina rig was in spawn, in pre-spawn time, when those fish were starting to move up, and I did catch a lot of fish on a Carolina rig. The tournament that we had up there during that time, we caught all of our keeper fish on a Carolina rig, and it was a lizard. It was a I threw two colors, and it was a one of them was a green pumpkin with a chartreuse tail, and the other one I think was black and blue in some of the dirtier areas. Wesley Strader be the one to catch. Yeah, that dude can flat out catch fish. He can. You know, last year they had a one-on-one type thing with Wesley Strader versus Gerald Swindle, and I don't remember who hosted that, but it's kind of a one-on-one thing. They live streamed that one day, and I caught it and just happened to catch it that day. And Wesley Strader just flat out smoked OG man all day long, and I love Gerald Swindle, but you know it was kind of like that. You see that live score tracker, and you know you see a guy start scrambling, and they did that a couple of times, and I can't remember who done that, and I can't remember uh, what website that was on, but they streamed it live one day, and it was awesome. It was really awesome. Which you know, anytime I can get to see two of my favorites fish like Strader and Swindle, I always try to catch them. Alrighty there. All right, guys, I've been on here for I guess close to 45 minutes now. Stayed on here a lot later than I had planned on it, so I'm gonna probably check out tonight. It's getting kind of late. I gotta get ready to go to work tomorrow. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all for checking in tonight. Hope you guys have a good week. And just be watching. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that red button below. And hopefully, I'll be doing a lot more of these live streams. I really enjoy them. Enjoy talking with everybody. But that being said, until next time, guys, I appreciate every one of you. And I'll see you guys down the road.